Our headlines today. The Health Secretary accuses resident doctors of inflicting a shameful episode on their profession as their union considers a deal to avert next week's strikes in England.
No one should be in any doubt that the BMA has chosen to play politics with people's lives this Christmas and to continue holding the spectre of strikes over the NHS.
It comes as figures released in the next few hours will highlight the pressure being placed on the health service by the flu outbreak.
I'm here at the Sunderland Royal, where the number of patients with flu has tripled in the past 2 weeks. As a result, people are being asked to wash their hands, wear one of these to try to stop the spread.
The government pledges to halve the number of long-term rough sleepers in the next 5 years as the charity Shelter says homelessness has reached a record.
Good morning. Not acceptable. That's the verdict of some O2 customers who've told BBC Breakfast they're angry about sudden price hikes in the middle of their mobile contracts. I'll have the details.
Good morning. Ahead of the biggest World Darts Championship to date, we're finding out what is driving the huge interest in this sport. So dust off your costumes and your darts, because it is game on here at Alexandra Palace today.
Some GCSE and A-level exams could switch from traditional pen and paper to being taken online by the end of the decade. This is according to the exams watchdog in England. Teachers, exam boards and parents are being asked for their views on the proposals. The most widely taken exams, including maths, would not be included. Toffee crisp, blue-ribboned bars can no longer be called chocolate after Nestlé changed its recipes. To be described as milk chocolate in the UK, a product needs to contain at least 20% cocoa solids and 20% milk solids. Nestlé said the reformulations were needed due to higher costs, but were carefully developed and sensory tested, and there were no plans to alter other chocolate products. The ticket ballot for the World Cup in North America next summer will open later today. Fans have been warned to prepare for record prices and long, costly journeys between fixtures, but millions of people around the world are still expected to apply. The ballots will be open until the 13th of January, when FIFA will run a lottery to decide who has been successful.
Some of the front pages for you on Thursday morning. Resident doctors will have until Monday to vote on whether to call off a 5-day strike plan for next week. It's in the Times. The paper says the development comes after the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, agreed to reforms, including prioritising British doctors for NHS jobs over foreign medics, but stopped short of offering pay rises.
Let's take a look at the Mirror, which focuses on what it calls Labour's £3.5 billion war on homelessness. It comes in the wake of the publication of the government's new strategy on the issue, which is being launched today. The Telegraph reports that childhood criminal records for thousands of people will be wiped under plans being considered by the Justice Secretary, David Lammy. The paper says the review is aimed at preventing an individual's childhood crime from affecting them throughout adult life.
And visitors to the US may have to disclose 5 years of social media history to enter the country. It's a story in The Guardian. The paper says President Trump intends to apply the new rule to countries whose nationals can enter the States without a visa, and that includes the UK.
O2 customers have told BBC Breakfast that they're angry about sudden price hikes in the middle of their mobile phone contracts. And the consumer group, which is now predicting up to 2 million O2 customers, may now switch to other networks.
Government's also asked the industry watchdog to look into it. Emma's here to explain a little more. Very annoying for those people affected.
Yeah, O2's been taking quite a lot of flack for this. Lots of consumer groups thinking it's a bit of a cheeky move. Let me explain for you. Good morning. In October, O2 announced it would be putting up customers' bills more than it had originally promised when people took out their phone contracts. Now, O2 had previously advertised that monthly prices would only go up by £1.80 a month, but then emailed customers announcing they would see price increases by £2.50 a month from April. 40% more than customers were originally told. Now, O2 did give customers the option to leave their contract within 30 days without any termination charges if they wanted to. But now a survey of customers by the consumer group Which claims that more than 2 million customers could be set to leave O2 as a result. But if their plan includes a handset, they will still have to pay that off in full. Now, the regulator Ofcom introduced new rules in January, banning surprise mid-contract price hikes, saying providers must tell customers the real price of any planned increases before someone agrees to a contract. But O2 argues it isn't going against the ban because the rules only stopped hikes linked to inflation. The government said, well, it's disappointed by this and that it thinks O2 is going against the spirit of the rules. Here's what some of you told us.
Hi, my name's Paul. I've been with O2 for 30 years, and when I heard about the price rise, I got really annoyed and decided I was going to leave. I also moved my wife's, my son's, my daughter's contracts, so that's 4 customers they lost, all due to the greedy price rise.
Hi, I'm Martin. I've been an O2 customer for just under 2 years, and I've just recently made a complaint to them following their price increase. This is something I feel very passionately about. They should not be allowed to increase their prices mid-contract.
Hi, my name's Tracy. I've been with O2 for 20 plus years. I decided to end my contract, well, not renew it, and I shopped around, and now I've got an even better deal. So O2's loss is another network's gain.
Well, O2 say this, that they have been fully transparent about the change, which equates to an extra 2p a day. And they also say that many customers choose to stay with them because they recognise the benefits and that it's investing in mobile network improvements this year to meet record demand. Now, that 30-day deadline to leave O2 without a penalty has passed. We did get some advice for anyone affected.
Go directly to O2, see what they can do with regards to the deal that you're on at the moment. In a lot of cases, they can work something out that's a little bit better than what you're on today. The second case, have a look at your contract. You may still be out of contract and therefore able to switch to one of the many providers who don't raise prices every year. I think it's important to note that a lot of providers don't engage in this practice.
But the worry is that actually other networks may follow suit. BT, EE, Vodafone and TalkTalk have all confirmed price rises from April, but affecting new customers rather than existing ones. So there you go. Oh, one more thing to tell you before I hand back to Early, and that is this. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, is set to meet industry bosses to discuss this next year, and there's calls for Ofcom to toughen up the rules further. Just trying to get off early, guys. Sorry about that.
We've got a phone call to make.
Yeah, having an expensive one.
Yeah, indeed. Emma, thanks very much for that, and we'll get people to get in touch about more people, as we saw, getting in touch with us to just say, right, we've had enough and we're going to use power of our feet. Walk away.
Frustrated customers.
Thanks, Emma.
Hundreds of people are being admitted to hospital every day as a wave of flu takes hold.
And we'll get you into a bed space as soon as we can.
England is the worst hit. We report from one hospital in Leicester as the pressure intensifies. Also tonight, a stark warning over Russia from the head of NATO. Conflict is at our door, he tells European leaders. Shocked fans as the ballot opens for tickets for next summer's World Cup in North America. You won't believe how much they cost. Police hunt for 4 men caught on CCTV after precious artefacts are taken from Bristol Museum. And the whales teaming up with dolphins to go hunting. We'll show you the rare footage.
Now, it's not every day Her Majesty the Queen gets upstaged, but among the very special guests joining Camilla at Clarence House today was Myla Murphy, who's from Forest Gate. The 10-year-old was born with a rare genetic condition called Mirage syndrome. Earlier, with the support of Helen and Douglas House and Roald Dahl's Marvellous Children's Charity, 2 charities of which the Queen is patron, she was among the visitors to help decorate the tree and enjoy a special visit from Father Christmas and his reindeer. Well, after a long day, Myla has tired herself out and she's at home.
Including more parents left in limbo. Support for special educational needs children is labelled inconsistent. Can you help? The hunt for the thieves who stole hundreds of valuable items from Bristol Museum.
In an hour, I'm hopeless with a 12-year-old.
Evicted from their homes just before Christmas at 7 o'clock, our special report on homelessness. The Vodafone dispute rumbles on as the government agrees to look at protecting franchises. Why, your favourite tub of Christmas chocolates just got even smaller.
This year it's a bit smaller again, and you can tell that there are less and less chocolates each year.
The eye-watering prices for seeing next year's Men's World Cup final. Is this particular train the perfect place for a marriage proposal?